Stop trusting strangers. Now, I know this is the advice that you give to your kids, but it's also great advice for you to take as a financial advisor. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 lessons I wish someone would have beat me over the head with at the beginning of my career when it comes to trusting strangers. I'm Matthew Jarvis. I built a $2 million a year RA practice with a team of 2 while taking 6 months of vacation each year. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the 4 lessons about trusting strangers that I wish somebody would have clubbed me over the head with at the beginning of my career. Because as you may know, for the first 5 years of my career, I made almost every mistake you could possibly make. And the biggest of those mistakes was trusting strangers for practice advice. Now, what do I mean by strangers? I'm not referring to some random guy driving a van with no windows advertising free candy. I'm talking about something much worse, at least for your business, which are these so-called experts in our industry or even other advisors that are full of good ideas that have never worked, and most importantly, that will not work for you. So here are those 4 frameworks. Framework number 1, is this a proven strategy of success or a good idea? Let's distinguish between the two. We all have lots of good ideas. If you're an entrepreneur like me, mildly or moderately ADD, you probably have 100 good ideas a day. Does not mean any of these ideas will actually work. Now, if these are your own ideas that you're testing with your own money, hey, knock yourself out. That's what's your money. You do whatever you want with it. But if these are make or break things for your practice, so let's say, for example, you're trying to decide how to get new clients, and you have 2 options. 1, a proven strategy that another advisor can show you has worked, or 2, a big idea from some marketing expert that has never actually worked, but they sure think it will work. I'm going to go with option number 1 because I want to know what works. I don't want to risk my money on what might work. It's sort of, I live in Vegas. It's sort of like some guy giving me his idea on what horse I should bet on. Like, that's a fun idea, but I don't really care about your ideas when it comes to betting with my money. Number 2, does this approach resonate with my core beliefs? Let's say you have 1 or 2 or several or a lot of core beliefs about how financial planning should be done. These could be beliefs about annuities. These could be beliefs about reverse mortgages, about debt, about equities, about whatever it is. And the reason these are important to identify is that if somebody has this strategy and it could be working incredibly well for them, if it doesn't resonate for you, if it seems unethical to you or immoral, or you just don't understand it, do not use that strategy. So again, it met the first criteria of the strategy is proven, but if it's not going to work for you, like if you're going to cringe every time you say it, or if it makes you sick to your stomach, or you think that it's unethical, or, and this is a whole side rant, it's not something you're doing yourself, then don't recommend it for everybody else. It's not a strategy to follow. Number 3, is there anything in this process of success? So again, it's a proven strategy. It resonates with my core beliefs. Number 3 is there anything in this process that I cannot duplicate? For example, if someone's strategy that you resonate with, let's use my good friend Ben Brandt. He has a great podcast and YouTube channel, Retirement Starts Today. Ben does a great job in front of the microphone. He does a great job in front of the camera. He makes great content. If you can't do content for whatever reason, if you freeze up in front of a camera, if the idea of talking on a microphone causes you to shake, that would not be a good strategy. I would high five Ben and I would say, Ben, you've built an amazing practice, and he has, and you've built an amazing content channel, which he has. This just isn't going to work for me. Another example, I met an advisor whose niche was a specific company. He worked with all the executives at a local company. I come to find out that his brother was the HR director for the company and was referring everyone to him. Okay, I can't duplicate that. I don't have that variable. Another advisor that I know works with professional athletes. Well, that's a really cool niche. I like that idea. He himself is a retired professional athlete. And so he has access to that network. I don't have access to that network. See where I'm going here? So I want to make sure a proven strategy resonates with me. And number 3, that there's not a variable that I can't recreate, right? Now here's number 4. And this one might seem a bit hypocritical, so I'll kind of add some justification, if you will, later, which is, why are you sharing this strategy with me and not using it for yourself? This one stands out to me, especially when people have washed out of the industry and they say, hey, listen, I don't have a practice anymore because I couldn't cut it, though they wouldn't use those words, but I think you should use this strategy in your practice. So why would they share this with someone else? That's a really good question. So let me answer these 4 filters for myself and my book, Delivering Massive Value. So is this a strategy or a big idea? It's strategy. Everything I share in this book and on this podcast and these videos are things that I've done in my practice, and not just done in my practice, that I've also been able to duplicate in other advisors' practices. Question number 2, does it resonate with me? Well, that's something you'll have to decide for yourself. If you look at guardrails, for example, and you say, listen, guardrails don't resonate with me. I'm in Micah's camp, Micah Shalansky. I'm a buckets guy or gal for life. Cool, then you're either going to need to adapt that for your core beliefs or find someone else to follow. Number 3, is there anything unique about me that other people don't have? I mean, this haircut anybody can get. It's beautiful like that. I don't have anything particular set of talents other than I just am super dedicated, right? I do have a brother who's a CPA, Stephen Jarvis, Retirement Tax Services. He has never, not once, sent me a client, so that's not a unique advantage there either. Question number 4, why am I sharing this with you versus just keeping it for myself? And the answer to this, and you can decide the sincerity of it, but it's true for me, which is there are so many mistakes I made early in my career that I wish someone would have pointed out to me. I wish someone would have handed me this book right here and said, hey, read this. Don't make these same dumb mistakes. Now, at the same time, there were several people who had life-altering advice for me. People like Tom Gow, like Ray Adams, several of these different people who had incredible advice for me that changed the trajectory of my career. Michael Kitces, Gary Borders, a lot of people come to mind. And so I want to be that person going forward. So whatever source of advice you are looking at, whatever source of advice crosses your desk, including these videos, walk through these 4 criteria and make sure that you're following a proven strategy that resonates with you, that you can implement, and that checks out why they would be sharing it before you begin trusting strangers, let alone spending your money with them. Go ahead and get my book, Delivering Massive Value, on Amazon or in the show notes. And until next time, happy planning.